Welcome back to the channel. Frank here, and today I'm breaking down the 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse trim levels and standard features. This is the final year of the second generation Eclipse, and this is the lineup people still argue about today. RS, GS, GS Spyder, GST, GST Spyder, and the all-wheel drive GSX. If you grew up around import cars, tuner magazines, Gran Turismo, street racing culture, or the early 2000s sports compact scene, this car needs no introduction. But the trim levels matter because not every 2G Eclipse is the same car. Some were basic front-wheel drive coupes, some were convertibles, some were turbocharged, and one of them was the turbo all-wheel drive hero car that still gets Mitsubishi fans fired up today. Now let's go over the 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse lineup, starting with the base RS Coupe and working up through the turbocharged GST, the Spyder convertibles, and the all-wheel drive GSX. The RS Coupe starts at $15,750, and this is the cheapest way into the 1999 Eclipse. Power comes from the 2-liter dual overhead cam Chrysler 428 4-cylinder with 140 horsepower and 130 pound-feet of torque, driving the front wheels through a 5-speed manual or 4-speed automatic. You still get the core second-gen shape, the hatchback coupe body, dual front airbags, power steering, cloth reclining bucket seats, a 5-way adjustable driver's seat, folding rear seat, center console, map lights, remote fuel door and hatch releases, tachometer, tripometer, rear defogger, tinted glass, dual remote mirrors, AM/FM radio, and 14-inch wheels with full covers. But this is still the simple Eclipse. No turbo, no Spyder body, no all-wheel drive, no fog lights, no rear spoiler as standard, and no premium equipment. The RS gives you the look, it does not give you the legend. The GS Coupe starts at $17,910, and mechanically it stays with the same 140 horsepower 2-liter 428 engine and front-wheel drive layout as the RS. So this is not a horsepower upgrade. This is the trim that makes the non-turbo Eclipse look and feel more complete. Over the RS, the GS adds 4-wheel disc brakes, a 6-way adjustable driver's seat, split folding rear seat, tilt steering column, cassette player, power antenna, cruise control, body-colored power mirrors, fog lights, a body-colored rear spoiler, cargo cover, cargo net, lower body side cladding, rear washer and wiper, and 16-inch wheels with 205/55 HR16 tires. This is still not the fast Eclipse, but it is the one that gives the basic coupe the right look. If you wanted a clean daily driver 2G Eclipse without stepping into turbo money, the GS makes a lot more sense than the RS. The GS Spyder starts at $21,710, and this is where the Eclipse changes personality. Instead of the 2-liter 428 used in the RS and GS Coupe, the GS Spyder gets a 2.4-liter Mitsubishi 4G64 4-cylinder rated at 141 horsepower. It is still front-wheel drive and still naturally aspirated, but the bigger story is the convertible body. The GS Spyder gives you the power-insulated soft top, heated glass rear window, power antenna, driving lights, cruise control, body color trim, lower cladding, rear spoiler, 16-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels, and the bright dual-tip exhaust look. This is not the tuner hero, and it is not trying to be. The GS Spyder is the open-air cruiser of the lineup, more special than the regular GS, less serious than the turbo cars, and very much locked into that late 1990s convertible sport compact vibe. The GST Coupe starts at $23,210, and this is where the 1999 Eclipse finally becomes the car people came for. Now you get the turbocharged and intercooled 2-liter Mitsubishi 4G63 rated at 210 horsepower with the manual transmission or 205 horsepower with the automatic. Torque is strong too, with 214 pound-feet on the manual and 220 pound-feet on the automatic. The GST also adds the hardware and attitude to match: an engine oil cooler, air conditioning, cruise control, turbo boost and oil pressure gauges, sport-tuned shock absorbers, power windows, power door locks, an anti-theft system, 16-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels, bright dual exhaust outlets, and the Infinity 8-speaker AM/FM cassette and CD audio system with a separate amplifier. This is the front-wheel drive turbo Eclipse. It is not the all-wheel drive legend, but it has the engine, the look, the gauges, the spoiler, and the personality. This is where the car starts to feel dangerous in the right way. The GST Spyder starts at $26,960, and it takes the turbocharged 4G63 formula and it puts it in the convertible body. You still do not get the all-wheel drive because Mitsubishi never offered an all-wheel drive Spyder, but you do get the 2-liter turbo engine with 210 horsepower when paired with the manual or 205 with the automatic. On top of that, the GST Spyder adds variable assist power steering, sport suspension, the power insulated soft top with glass rear window, vinyl tonneau cover, leather upholstery, remote keyless entry, a theft deterrent system, leather wrapped steering wheel, leather-wrapped shift knob, 205/55 VR16 tires, 16-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels, and bright dual exhaust outlets. This is not the hardcore Eclipse, but it might be the most fun street cruiser in the lineup. Turbo power, top-down driving, leather, and the right look. If the GSX is the hero car, the GST Spyder is the one you just want to take out on a summer night. The GSX Coupe starts at $26,550, and this is the one everybody remembers. It uses the same turbocharged and intercooled 2-liter Mitsubishi 4G63 as the GST, with 210 horsepower with the manual transmission or 205 with the automatic, but the GSX adds permanent all-wheel drive. That is the difference that changes its reputation. Over the GST, the GSX brings 17-inch alloy wheels, wider 215/50 VR17 tires, a power driver's seat, leather-wrapped steering wheel, leather-wrapped manual shift knob, leather package, 10.8-inch vented front rotors, dual piston front calipers, and available anti-lock brakes. This is the series factory performance version of the 1999 Eclipse. The GST is quick, the GST Spyder is fun, but the GSX has the engine, the traction, the hardware, and the reputation. If there is one trim that explains why people still care about the second generation Eclipse, this is it. For options and special equipment, the big thing to know is that 1999 also brought the 10th anniversary OZ Rally version. That sounds like it should be a turbo GSX special, but it was not. It was tied to the 428 engine, so think of it more as a style and appearance package than a performance package. It added unique 16-inch inky wheels with the OZ Racing logo, silver gauges, mud flaps, an accented exhaust exit, and the higher profile spoiler. Other available equipment included items like leather, a trunk-mounted CD player, home link, floor mats, wheel locks, and anti-lock brakes on most models except RS. If I were picking one, the GSX is the enthusiast answer because it gives you the turbo 4G63 and all-wheel drive. That is the car with the mythology, but the smartest performance buy is probably the GST Coupe because you still get the turbo engine, the right look, and less complexity than the all-wheel drive car. The GST Spyder is the fun top-down pick, the GS Coupe is the budget-friendly non-turbo choice, but for pure 2G Eclipse legend status, the GSX is the one. For $19.99, Eclipse paint colors included North Star White, Minden Silver Pearl, Calipana Black, Serrano Red, Barcelona Red Pearl, Cayenne Red Pearl, Monarch Green Pearl, and Sundance Plum Pearl. The visual template can do the heavy lifting here, but the colors are part of the appeal. A black GSX, a red GST, a green coupe, or a rare Sundance Plum Spyder all feel locked into that late 1990s sport compact moment. The 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse competed in that late 1990s sports compact world against cars like the Acura Integra, Honda Prelude, Toyota Celica, and Nissan 240SX. But the Eclipse had one thing most of those cars did not offer in the US market, a turbocharged all-wheel drive hero trim. That is why the GSX still stands apart. So there you go, a fast focused rundown of the 1999 Mitsubishi Eclipse trim levels and standard features. The RS gave you the basic look, the GS made the non-turbo coupe feel more complete, the GS Spyder brought in the convertible body, the GST gave the Eclipse the turbocharged 4G63, the GST Spyder added top-down turbo fun, and the GSX was the all-wheel drive legend that still defines the second generation Eclipse for a lot of enthusiasts. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more car breakdowns like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.